So a lot of our work today has been about FEMPOWERED. We have everything laid out. It's just letting people know about it and putting the value of it out there. I know, let me rephrase that. I don't know if all of you know, but I have and run my own business. And with having and running my own business, it is a whole new way of thinking about everything. And for me, this is my personal belief, integrity has to lead everything. Honesty has to lead everything. Value has to lead everything. Because if people are not getting value out of what you provide, and you are not leading with honesty and integrity, a quality product or service, then what's the point? I know some people will do that, but to me, what's the point? So I want to explain why we put together FEMPOWERED and what's in it for you. And the idea of trying to make a handful of slides for myself to share that with you meant taking this loaf of bread that I have in here and turning it into breadcrumbs that I honestly didn't want to have to downsize because I don't want to lose or water down the quality of the experience. The thing about myself and a lot of people I work with is we have depth, and that depth to me is really important. Um, so, with that being said, I just wanted to go over the schedule with you guys about what we have to offer and why we put it in the order we did, what the value of everything is. Okay. So, first thing that we're going to do is you arrive to Ascension Wellness at 10 a.m., even sooner if you'd like, earlier rather. We're going to have a delicious, healthy, nutritious breakfast spread out for you and 9 other beautiful individuals who are here to have this rocking experience day. Okay? While you're having breakfast, meeting each other, getting to know each other, I have a friend who is a coach in the corporate field who deals with everything from communication, keeping up with mental health, um, just enormous amounts of life experience. Her name is Alina Heights, and she is going to come very casually just talk to the individuals who attend over breakfast some key points of communication and how to um, really expand yourself in your personal and professional spheres, more so on a professional level. So it's nonchalant, it's very relaxed, it's not going to be too much too soon. We understand coffee and breakfast are a must at this time. Okay. We will have all the best of everything. So then, right after having some breakfast, having coffee, and you're ready to start in the day, we're going to go and start with Kundalini Yoga with Stephanie. Stephanie is amazing. I am so grateful, so happy that I am working with people who are as passionate as I am about what I do, about what they do. And we have the personal transformation background, the story of when we started our journeys, followed on our journeys, and got the results to prove why we feel like it's so important to share this with you. So, Stephanie, if you ever go through her Instagram or her Facebook, has pictures of when she started out, a mom of 3 kids, carrying around extra weight that she didn't want, feeling just sluggish, tired, tied down, and then transitioned into doing Kundalini yoga. And now she is super fit. And if that's a goal for you, because it's not a goal for everyone and it doesn't need to be, but if being healthy and not having brain fog and having clarity of mind, healthy brain fluid, healthy spinal fluid, clarity in your mind, focus, a deeper connection to yourself, grounded, less anxiety, less stress, less frustration, less anger, more in tune with your own body. That's what Stephanie is offering you through Kundalini Yoga. There is ample amount of additional benefits, but those are the main ones. You boost your endorphins, you have this really nice high glowy feeling, and that is why we started out with Kundalini Yoga. We wanted you guys to get really rooted in deep to yourselves first thing in the morning before we did anything else. And we did that in part because when we were in the brainstorming phase of this, we knew that the next thing that we wanted to share with you guys was a crystal class about what crystals can really help you to accomplish, what crystals can do for you, which crystals are going to offer you empowerment. So when we were talking about the brainstorm, the ideas that led up to creating FEMPOWERED, we were talking about a whole host of subjects. What did we want to offer? What are people really needing? And people have busy lives, and what's worth it? And there's so many people doing similar things. So, like, what do you prioritize going to as an individual, and why do you prioritize going to it, and will it really help you, and do you have the time to go? And she was talking about a mom's group, and we were talking about what does it mean to be a woman in 2024, and whether you are a mother or a business professional or okay. So one of the things I opened this conversation with you guys with is empowerment. What is empowerment, and why is empowerment important? So I have these notes that I took for you guys because God knows I can't remember all the thoughts that are in my head. I need a little assistance to make sure I share these key points with you. Okay, so the first thing here is that when you define empowerment, it's the process of becoming stronger or more confident, especially in controlling one's life and claiming one's rights. Okay, I like dictionary definitions because it helps you get clear on what these words mean and what you're wanting. So, being a manifestation coach, being someone who helps people to get through certain life scenarios, clarity is so key. So, we want to know what we're working with when we're working with it. So then, if you scroll down here, yonder, if you simply define or expand on what is empowerment. Empowerment is the degree of autonomy and self-determination in people and communities. This enables them to represent their interests in a responsible and self-determined way, acting on their own authority. And then there was one other one that I had here. So they said, empowerment means people having power and control over their own lives. People get the support they need that is right for them. Empowerment means that people are equal. They are respected and confident in their communities. You can't empower someone else or make someone empowered. I love this. I love this for so many reasons. And it covers a myriad of thoughts and the trails that they go down. I was instantly inspired by reading these few sentences. And I feel like it really locks in with what FEMPOWERED means because, okay, let's talk about it. Empowered means people having power and control over their own lives. I was reading a book the other day and then happened to listen to a podcast that had discussed similar topics. And they were talking about domestic violence stats in 2024. This is not something I normally listen to, and it's not really anything that affects my personal life. But when I heard it, I was thinking about how common relationship discrepancies or unhealthy relationships are and why. Society, if you look what has trickled down from one generation to another, and I do a lot of this in my classes and one-on-ones, and this is why I have classes and one-on-ones, one of the big reasons. When you look at that, People come to therapy or go to a healer and they say, well, when I was growing up, XYZ happened to me, or when I'm stuck in this area and this is my experience, or my parents, blah, blah, my grandparents, blah, blah. There's so many families that have certain histories to them because, from a societal standpoint, we are very young in having and understanding healthy relationships as the United States. Ellis Island, all these immigrant families come through. Um, Health and well being was not necessarily the priority. We went through different wars, we went through poverty, we went through struggle, we went through having different ideologies about men, women, and children. In the 1950s, when Dr. Spock wrote that book about the needs of children, it was revolutionary. It was like selling snake oil out of the back of a caravan. Children should be seen and not heard. Spare the rod, spoil the child. So when he said your children need to be hugged, they need to have their needs met, they need you to care about them. Oh my God. And it was like, changes don't necessarily change right away. They change gradually. So even though he had written this book in the 1950s, it wasn't really until the 1960s where this became so much more relevant. But you have these people from the 40s, 50s, and beyond inside these new changes who already have had an alternative life experience. And these are your parents, your grandparents, your great grandparents. So now your parents have to learn without an example what it looks like to be healthy with you. And now you come along and they do whatever it is they do. They either try to be healthy or don't try to be healthy, or try to figure it out as they go along. So you have to understand, so many of us are on the leading edge of what it means to be healthy, to look healthy in a societal standpoint. Okay, like I'm not even going to get into global and worldwide. I'm just going to talk about the US. We are the leading edge. We are the leading edge in racism, politics, domestic violence. Like, I was pretty surprised by some of these stats that I saw in pertaining to domestic violence. Okay. And I think that this is going to put some of these things that I'm talking about in perspective. The FY in 2024, this year, executive budget recommends 11.98 million for the Office of the Prevention of Domestic Violence. You need $12 million to teach people how to keep their hands to themselves. Okay? Okay. This is an increase of $1.1 million from the previous year. The budget also recommends a workforce of 35, which is 6 more positions than FY in the 2023 budget. $12 million because people in this time-space reality either don't know to keep their hands to themselves, don't care to keep their hands to themselves, or don't see a problem with inflicting violence to begin with. Okay? So they said 2024 domestic violence incidents declined by 2% in the first half of 2024 compared to the same period in 2023. Domestic violence homicides in New York increased by 14.5% from 2021 to 2022. Intimate partner homicides increased by 29.2% during the same time period. Domestic violence homicides in Brooklyn and the Bronx were increased. So this is not a large part of what FEMPOWERED is all about. But what I'm using this to share with you guys is that in our very real time-space reality society, is that we have come so far. And at the same time, there's still so much for us to do. We are on the leading edge, meaning that what you do, how you live your life, the choices that you make, how you impact other people, all begins with you, but is going to impact what we are in the moment and what will happen next. The same way our parents, grandparents, and their parents, and anyone who came before, politics, presidents, um, superheroes, uh, professionals, businesses, they all impacted us. And now it's our time to decide how we are going to impact those that we stand shoulder to shoulder with, but also who's going to come after us. So, FEMPOWERED, when we were talking about the brainstorming part of it, we talked about the professional, somebody who is running around crazy at work, inundated, going in different directions. One of the most important things for any professional to do is be able to unplug and step back from what they focus on every single day, all the directions that they're pulled in, all the people who need them, the constant circulation of having to rise to meet the occasion and the responsibilities that are unfolding in these professional spheres. Whether you're the secretary or the sales rep or the owner, it's huge. On a personal level, being a mother or a caretaker is one of the most demanding jobs ever. You love your children, you love your families. If you have to balance both of these things, if you're balancing a job and a family or a business and a family, you have been pulled in a lot of directions. And that being pulled is pulling you outside of your body to care for the individuals whom you love and the responsibilities that are always there, needing you to be mindful of and present for, to do something with or about. So when do you have time for you? What is the time frame that you make to be inspired, to journal, to reflect, to self-care? Because we cannot fill people's cups from an empty cup. And it doesn't benefit us to walk around with an empty cup and burn out or get sick when we don't need to. That's not the way that we really do the quality of life that so many of us would like to experience. Everything is about balance. And when I was in my business mentorship program, we spoke a lot about the need of having systems in your life, organizing. Seven Rock Life was phenomenal, and it's something that I still talk about to this day, still practice to this day, that we have these rocks in life. And we have to decide what these key rocks in our life should look like, should be like, should feel like. And, like one of the things that sticks out in my mind is so many people want to go on vacation to have experiences because their day-to-day living doesn't really have a lot of time for experiences. How are you treasuring your experiences? How are you really making the most out of each day? I'm not judging you for any of these things. I'm just asking you if there was a way for you to unplug for the day, have a balance between things that you do and just being. Because as much as it's important about the things that you go do while you're going somewhere, it's also incredibly important to be within yourself, to connect to the creator within, to connect to the true self within. This is where alignment comes from. So many of us don't need medical intervention or, have and preserve our good health if we make time to check in, to nurture this being so that we can be drawn to and inspired to providing what we came here to do in this time-space reality. Clarity is a part of growth. Growth is a part of clarity, and clarity and growth both are dependent on how aligned we are with our true self. So, we start out with that Kundalini class. We get you really into your own body. We have a crystal class that shows you crystals that are empowering for you. What are crystals? How are they work? How are you actually going to feel them? Because crystals operate on metaphysical energy, meaning that the energy that they provide, the effects that they provide are smaller than what the eye can see, meaning that we have to feel them. And if we're too much in the mental space, how are we going to feel it? And it is an electromagnetic or a vibratory experience to work with them and know that they are working with and for us. So, how do we get tapped in? How do we really feel it? So, I'm like, one of the things that I'm so super excited for is that you guys are going to get Kundalini yoga, get really tapped into your own self. And then you get to take this crystal class where you are that much more empowered, or you are that much more receiving this really wonderful benefit. Because when you just have a crystal class and you run in and you're there for an hour or two, you have everything that happened prior to when you got there. You get there, you sign up, you pay for your spot, you sit down. Is your brain blah, 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 like who knows where you're at, thinking about all the things you got to do before, after, and you're there to really check in and get grounded. So what a gift it is to get to do Kundalini yoga, to know that you are going to be someplace for the whole day and nobody is expecting anything from you. You have made the arrangements to say, this is my daycation. I cannot help you with anything. Please forget my phone number until 8:30 p.m. at night. Now we can be. Now we can really just be. So you have Kundalini yoga, you go within, you get really in good with yourself. Then you have your crystal empowerment class. You get to have the energy and the experience of the crystals and find out how they work, what they can do for you, which ones are going to affect you in the ways that you want them to affect you. And then we do lunch. Okay. Every meal, delicious, savory. We hired people to provide you with fresh juices and quality food because this is the day to spoil yourself. Treat yourself, right? That's the fun little movie clip. Okay. Then the next thing, 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Okay, now you've eaten your lunch, you're satiated, you had some Kundalini yoga, you had a class. So you moved around a little bit, you sat for a little bit, you ate for a little bit. Now let's just go veg for a little bit. Okay, we're going to hook you up with these delicious luxury hydration masks. You get to get all nice mask on. And then Jess from Jess Taggart Holistic Wellness is going to start playing you sound therapy, a sound bath, music therapy that has so many different benefits. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually benefits. Reduce anxiety, reduce stress, reduce anger, reduce frustration. This is meditation. This is your time to just be with you, to just be with your creator, to just let everything inside you percolate, just relax, and you get to spend some quality time with you. So there's guided meditation, there's a sound bath, whole hour of you just chilling out, hydrating, relaxing, chilling out. Beautiful. God, the benefits of sound therapy are just amazing. I have a handful of people that are just really talented in this area, and the amount of benefit that it can do for you. You sleep better. It reduces lots of agitation. It helps you to get in tune with yourself. It helps to still the mind. If there's an accident, something physically, mentally, emotionally that needs healing, traumatic brain injuries, all can be assisted with sound therapy. Okay, but wait, we're not done yet, okay? We get bring you in. We take these masks off of you. We get you cleared up. Okay? And then, now that you've had this relaxation time, you got clear, you get a little few minutes breather, 10-15 minute breather in between. And then we go right into somatic dance with Jess. And this Peruvian wild woman is absolutely energetically amazing. She is fiery, she is passionate, she will physically lead you through releasing and experiencing almost like a fusion of external and internal meditation. Because these somatic exercises that she's going to do with you while you're dancing, it's going to channel this energy out of your body that you've had stored. So now you have this time to get clear and to be super relaxed. And now this woman is going to take you from absolute Zen serenity into, okay, let's amp this energy all the way up. Let's give you, okay, you got your hour of relaxation in. Now let's bring it all the way up. Let's bring this energy up. Let's get this music going and let's really shake the body, pull things out, move things around, wake up whatever's inside of you. Okay. And I have been to Jess's workshops, and incredible. To this day, her workshops are some of my favorite. I have made the biggest breakthroughs in, well, some of my biggest breakthroughs have been in Justice Wellnesses. And she, like myself, offers a whole array of dynamic experiences, because if it's almost like if one modality doesn't get you where you need to go, then the other modality or the other modality or the other modality or the other modality will get you there. And that is one of the things I love so much. Or the modalities work in tandem. Awesome. Okay, so now, after you have that, some of you may still be hungry, some of you may not. We're going to serve dinner a little like nosh between 4 and 7. This is a time for you, after you have your somatic craziness, your release, your power, your wild woman energy to be all released and transmuted. This is your time to relax. There are relaxation services offered by Ascension Wellness that you get to participate in. So while you're there, you can relax, review, take stock, journal. Every person who takes part, we only have 10 spaces, so 10, you're sharing this time slot with 10 other people, okay? Each participant who is there is going to receive a private astrology reading and psychic reading with Peter and myself. Peter's a psychic and an astrologer. I'm a psychic, a medium. We're going to take both of us together and we're going to sit with each one of you, and we're going to either answer the questions that you have prepared for us, or we're just going to give you the general reading if you didn't prepare something for us. And this can give you direction and clarity on your career, on questions that you have that you've been mulling around, your relationships, your money, your family, whatever it is. It's going to come up for you in these readings. And Peter is phenomenal. I love how I read. I could afford to talk more about what I provide to people. I usually depend on other people because I think it's interesting to talk about yourself. I mean, I know what I'm offering to people and I know that it's powerful and transformative, but I love to be in awe of the people I surround myself by. And Peter is one of those people. He's clear, he's accurate. Him and I have worked together for a long time now, and we work so nicely together. We feed off each other's energy. He gives a message, and all of a sudden an energy ping comes in, and the two of us being together just creates this saturation of energy, messages, loved ones, and it's, to me, so fun. And if I were on the receiving end of this day, Kundalini yoga, I got into alignment, or I got into my zone with myself. I worked with crystals. I had a little meal. I then went into getting this this mask with a sound therapy, where I got to lay there and I got to meditate and I got to go within. And then I had a guided meditation. And then I had somatic healing. By the time I'm done, and now I'm sitting here in this reading, after I've had this day to have clarity and process and be with myself and sit with my creator and take part in this community of 9 other people that I'm with, growing, expanding, reflecting, enjoying. Like, this is really fun. And it's such a healthy thing, because taking time out to have this internal, external self time with creator, time with like-minded people, you have to think about it. People who are stuck in their ways or stuck in stagnation, they're probably not coming. It's the people who are interested in growing, the people who value what these services are going to provide to them, that you're going to be sharing these experiences with. This could be your new best friend. This could be someone who mentors you, who inspires you, that you help, who helps you. Like, out of these types of experiences, you never know what you're going to receive. This could be a life-changing day for you, for your career, for your family. I feel like it will be, because I know what we're providing, and I know what I provide on my own. I know what Peter and I provide together. I know what Jessica and I provide together. I know what Stephanie provides to her people. If we're changing lives on our own, can you imagine what we're going to do for you when we work together? I can, hence creating FEMPOWERED. So now you get your reading. But we're not done yet, because now we need to take you on the next journey. Mindset and manifest coaching. Okay? I've become so good at manifesting, and I teach manifestation classes, and I love the results that the individuals who take my classes come in and tell me. I live for it. I just got a new job. I just got a new place to live. I just got a new relationship. I just broke through this thing. I just made my way through. I just saw it from this way. I was able to accomplish. Like, I love and live for the positive feedback of these experiences. I love teaching about these experiences. And all of these things are made possible because of the mindset that you have. So it's extremely likely that if you have a value for what we are going to provide for you, that you already have a mindset geared towards these things. But if there's one thing I can share with you that changes your life for the rest of your life in a positive way, would it be worth it to sit with me for that hour and take that mindset course, take that manifestation coaching? If I could teach you a way to manifest and get very real results, in addition to all the other things that you're going to experience, would it be worth it to you to come to this class? Would it be worth it? Well, it's a seminar. It's a daycation. Would it be worth it to you to come to this daycation? And after everything, we're still not done, because we're going to create super delicious mocktails, celebratory mocktails, celebrating that you came and shared this day with us, celebrating the new you. Because when you come in, you're going to come in one way. And then the person who's going to walk out of Ascension Wellness at the end of this daycation is going to be a new, very different, very inspired, fired up, ready to get going and live your life individual. So let's think about that. Let's think about that. If this is going to happen in September, which means you still have all of October, all of November, all of December, the last quarter of 2024. What are you going to do with that? Imagine if you feel so clear, so passionate, so fired up, so inspired, so can do, that you have these new tools and fresh perspective and clarity. What can you do with those 3 months? Usually around these 3 months, the holidays start coming and school started and the slump starts coming in. But what if you're launch through September, October, November, and December, straight into the new year, and then kick major butt in 2025. What if 2025 is your best year yet? What if 2024 is your most transformative year yet? And then 2025 is year one of the most happiest, aligned, empowered, enlightened version of you. Because that's my goal and the goal of the other practitioners that I am hosting, providing, facilitating, FEMPOWERED with for your benefit. I can tell you, as a business owner, as a person, as a woman, I want this for me. I'm ready for someone to provide this for me. But a lot of these things are practices that we already take part in, that we see the positive results from. Okay? That's one thing. The other thing is that so much when you're in the business world has to be done in advance. When you're planning, when you're prepping, when you're creating events, like if you want to get a really great event done in June, you better be planning it in December the year before, because you need time to advertise, you need time to promote, you need time to organize, you need time to get the location done, you need time for permits and assessments. And this is the kind of mindset that I understand now, being here doing Zenshine, that I can now benefit you with, saying, hey, listen, your very real, tangible, empowered results for 2025, they start right now. Your mindset right now is going to determine the rest of your life. This is your now is next moment. And this is what I'm really excited and fired up to provide for the 10 people who are coming, because every time you light up and then you light someone else up, that person, or you join forces with someone else who is lit up, that person is going to participate with you to create an even bigger light in this world, in higher vibration in this world, deeper impact, higher meaning. We are on the leading edge, and we are not here to save anybody. We are not here to drag anybody along with us. We are here to be our best selves and step forward with the people who want to step forward with us and change the world, change ourselves, change our communities, change the people who we provide service and products to, change the family dynamics that we have, change the world by just being a little bit more positive, a little bit more prepared, a little bit more clear, a little bit better, a little bit clearer as a being a you, and a whole lot more authentic. Who knows who you could impact by just being your most wonderful, authentic you? I couldn't put that on a thumbnail, friends. I really couldn't. But I think I was able to vocalize all of those thoughts. Hi, Ash. Nice to see you. Um, there's people who joined, and I didn't even know y'all were here. But thanks for watching. I had all these notes written down, so I'm just really grateful to you guys. I love you. I love life. I'm so excited about life. I wake up every day with a whole roster of things to do, constantly creative, constantly channeling that creativity and working with like-minded people who are doing the same. And I have to tell you, my life quality is fantastic. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying. I'm super grateful for everyone and everything that I have in my life. And if I could participate in helping you wake up that way too, that is what Zenshine's all about. When I started Zenshine, I did it for three main reasons. I know that there is a higher power, and that higher power is so incredibly real. And whether you call it source, or the creator, or the cosmic intelligence, or the universe, or Christ consciousness, it is alive, and it is strong, and it is our creator. And when we lean into it, it helps us be our best version of ourselves. You know, if we edge our creator out, if we try to take on the world by ourselves, and I know I'm so excited too that one of the notes that was very powerful. I cannot wait to be there and have this experience with you. This is going to be so powerful for all who comes. Thank you for holding this space for us. You got it. I'm so excited. I'm very, very grateful. Oh my God. I'm like, you know, I want to like run around the block, and I want to, you know, sit and channel, and I want to make jewelry. Like, I have this amazing creative life force that is pumping through me. And this is the joy that I get to share with so many other people. Like Peter and Ash have it when we do the podcast. Nancy and I have it when we do Psychic Zen. Every piece of jewelry that I create, like this phenomenal creative energy. Anyway, back to why I created Zenshine. So Zenshine was, yes, there is a higher power. This higher power, when we lean into this higher power, we flourish. When we try to take the world on by ourselves and put everything on our shoulders, we get smushed. We get smushed and squished under the weight of trying to take on too much all at once, and usually that leads to burnout. I haven't met somebody that didn't have a higher power in their corner that they were consciously in contact with or deliberately in contact with, and still flourished in the same capacity. I mean, even science, there was a documentary on the power of believing in God. Like Morgan Freeman was the narrator, and he says, or he was teaching, you know, one of the scientific facts is that our frontal cortex is stronger and bigger, and this is what we need to accomplish anything in life. It was bigger and more capable of dealing with things for the individuals who believed in a higher power. So Zenshine, number one, was that a higher power exists, and I have lots of experience with this higher power. Did a whole bunch of spiritual study for my whole life. Like, it's literally my life's work. It's where I have spent the most amount of my time, effort, and energy, is to the spiritual, energetic life experience realm. Okay. Then two, you are so insanely powerful. You may not know it. The conditions of your life maybe have hidden that knowledge from you, but it doesn't diminish how intensely powerful you are. And like I said throughout this whole podcast, there are people who go through so many different things. The person sitting next to you, the person that you talk to, you have no idea what's in their life experience. But we go through things. I counsel very real people, or talk to very real people, meet very real people, read very real people. Abuse, narcissism, abuse of every kind, mental, emotional, physical, sexual. These people are healing. They're on a journey. Professional people, people looking to figure out their relationships, people looking to figure out their money, people looking to figure out their profession, their children, who they are, their relationship with a higher power. So we are in this healing process all together. We are in this big world shift, world change. The world, okay, you think about it. We had the Treaty of Versailles, which said for 100 years, we're going to have peace. And then we went and we were total jerks to Africa, but we didn't fight with each other. And that led us into being able to keep peace with ourselves, leads to United States, da, 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 da. So if you think about it, we have so much stuff. It's like a backpack of crap that's just been going on for years. And we're finally at a cool down period, an energetically shifting period, where we get to open up the backpack and look at what's inside. We were born into this experience, but we weren't put here by mistake. We're here intentionally and deliberately, and we all have gifts that help each other and ourselves. raise the vibration of this world. We have a capacity for so many great things. We are multi-dimensional human beings, profound life force with energy all over the place. Your high self, you, parallel universes, timelines, past, present, future. You are just a whole phenomenal big ball of life. And you need to know that. You need to understand and know your power, because there is a huge difference between somebody who's living in an empowered state, doing deliberate actions to have an amazing life, and someone who's living their life on default, giving their power away. There's those who are really happy. Everybody's going to go through stuff. Everyone's going to go through a death or whatever life, human stuff is in the human life, time, space, reality soup. We're all going to get our hand out. It's how we deal with our handout. It's how we navigate our handout. It's how we get on the other side of our handout. It's what we do in light and reflection of our handout that determines the people that we are and what our life quality is. Our perception colors in and really creates our life. You know, the same water that boils a potato, softens a potato, hardens the egg. Our perception matters so much. And then last but not least, it was being able to teach people how to work with crystals in a very real, powerful way that allows them to be in alignment, crystals that they are in alignment with. Because so many individuals sell crystals based on metaphysical properties alone, or here's your this, here's your this, here's your this, thank you for stopping by. But there's so much more to it. So much more than metaphysical properties. There is a whole energy signature, a whole life force, a whole vibrational frequency, electromagnetics, that live inside all of these beautiful beings. And when they come together, when you come together with crystals that you're actually genuinely in alignment with, it changes your life. It changes your world. I'm not saying that you need a crystal to change your life. I'm not saying that you need any outside thing to be your biggest, best self. You were born into this world naked and a baby, and you didn't come in with a suitcase. You already have everything inside you to do anything and everything that you desire or require or whatever it is to do. Your life force is everything you need. Crystals are a support for you. They can help your state of being vibrationally raise so that when you are in a higher vibrational space, you think thoughts on a different level. You feel feelings on a different level. You have different experiences. Crystals can do so much for you, but because it's not as widely discussed from an energy perspective, you don't know the fullness of what crystals can do for you. And I know what crystals can do. I was born in touch with these energies. And I got to tell you, if I wasn't born with this gift, I'm a skeptical person by nature. I would question it, and I would make the individual who was on this side prove it to me. So you can rest assured and definitely find out for yourself, have a personal experience firsthand with me. I do free consultations all the time. Challenge it yourself. Test it yourself. It doesn't benefit me for you to work with crystals because I said they were good for you. You need to understand, to know that you know, to have a personal experience with it, to really see and feel and experience the profound offering that these crystals can provide you, these relationships with these crystals that are genuinely actually in alignment can do for you. And that is what I want to provide to you through Zenshine. The bonus is that so much else fell in. Vendors, events, healers, other people who are gifted, Peter, Ash, art, love, community, experience, so much more than I ever thought could be when I first started out. But you're all here with me, and we're all here together. and this is what we create together. So if you value what I just expressed, I'll see you September 28th at 10 in the morning, and we are going to have this amazing FEMPOWERED experience together. I hope you guys all have a great night. If you have any questions, my information is posted on YouTube. It's posted on Instagram. My phone number is everywhere. You can give me a call. You can message me at Z3NShine is my Instagram. You can get a hold of me that way, DM me, or you can message me right here on YouTube. Call me 631-759-1965, and we'll talk about whatever questions you have, okay? You guys have a great night, and I'll talk to you later. I hope everybody has a wonderful Monday and an even better Tuesday.